I feel like a jackass. Crowding people champions. Apparently there's several players I didn't know was a best of 5, so we're okay. Foolish moment, but we're okay.
5 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, you're killing me in Latro, but I'm excited to see more games of these. But the thing about this draft right here is Moribund's got in for the team fight again with the big ultimates, and I don't know how I feel about this, because it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, take another shot at it, but at the same time, ASCHB's just been reading them. And they're like, all right, you have no ultimate. We're going to go take Roche. We're going to take one of your towers. We're going to try to start a team fight. And if you take it, you have none of your ultimates, and you've got about half a hero.
Yeah, and that's kind of the fool me once, fool me twice kind of scenario. I mean, it's, I guess 3 strikes you're out. I mean, I guess they feel that they were so close with it last time. Now they're just going to kind of merge and try to hope for the best. But I think they need some sort of fallback here. I mean, because the exorcisms, I mean, there was a couple that were fantastic, and there was a couple that were just so underwhelming, and it just makes it so difficult for the rest of the team just to kind of operate when you have, you know, half your team fight gone, and you're still expected to make things happen on the map. So I agree with you. It's
Radiant's pick.
But I mean, obviously they practice this, they're comfortable with this. Yeah, and I think a core enchantress is just gonna be a huge pain in the ass to deal with too. And the Roche will be pretty damn easy with those 3 heroes alone. It won't be very quick, but that's the kind of hero that I'm looking to see. Though, so a hero that doesn't rely on big cooldowns, can make things happen. I mean, you know, honestly, just lifesteal the S and Y and the blink, you're really ready to go for the Sven. Also helps with the enchantress too, being able to blow her up right away.
It's interesting to me that they would ban the Ursa for Moribund. I mean, they could have picked it up to deal with the Enchantress, although the Prophet Sprout is a little bit scary, as Artesia learned at Shanghai, but they pick up the Sven anyway, so
5 seconds.
I mean, I hope the Sven at least keeps a Quelling Blade in his inventory.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably one of the most embarrassing scenarios, is no Force Staff available, and you're just sitting there, Sven, just kind of turning around looking for something to do. And still, I mean, there's still a lot of there's a lot of room for ASCHB still. They still have a lot of. I mean, it could be. I mean, the Enchantress isn't really going to be too push heavy, especially if it's a farming core Enchantress. But I mean, they'll grab a couple creeps here and there, but it's not going to be the death ball.
Dyer's pick.
Slark's actually a really strong pick too, to be able to leap away, disjoint the Sven stun. Maybe even dodge a Ravage. Enigma.
Radiant's ban.
Pretty greedy draft so far from Moribund.
They're going greedy team fight.
Jeez, dude. This is all in. I mean game 3, I get it. You're down 2 games. I get it.
10 seconds to go.
I mean, it's just a great lineup for capitalizing on mistakes. I mean, if ASCHB's like, all right, cool, we'll try and fight you, and they lose track of an ultimate, then all of a sudden you've got a black hole in the Ravage, and Sven's cleaving you down to death.
Yeah, I mean, that's one way to approach it. If you're worried about, you know, fighting around a couple team fight ultimates, just get a bunch. Everyone gets one. Have a ton of team fights, so that no matter what, you'll likely have at least one of them up, and you'll be able to turn a fight. But
Radiant's pick.
I mean, the Slark's pretty effective at kind of just being so slippery and getting out of these sticky situations. So, and the lanes will be okay for Moribund. I think with jungling the Enigma, I think might be difficult. And there's the comfort pick. That's the Ember that I was waiting for. Surprised it took until game 3 to come out, but it's here.
The Ember's scary for an Enigma though, because he can go for the sleight of fist chains, and if he lands it on the even more. Oh man, they really want a team fight. But yeah, no, he can go for the sleight of fist chains, and if he sleight of fists the Enigma while he's black holing, he can get the chains on him and just cancel it.
How frustrating would that be? Oh my gosh. And worst comes to worst, I mean, even with BKB, I mean, the swap's still there too. Granted, the bench not be caught in the black hole itself, so.
I mean, the ASCHB has the mechanical skill to pull off something like that, I'm sure. I mean, watching Sweatpants play these few games, he definitely has the ability to get the sleight of fist into chains on the Enigma.
Oh yeah, I think the last game that I covered where he was playing it, it's just he was so far ahead
10
that he was just
seconds to
doing.
go.
It was kind of like with the Juggernaut, just in between the T2 and T3s,
5
just
seconds.
in no man's land, just doing his own thing. I mean, the mechanical skills are out of this world for that team. So, and worst comes to worst, they drop a game and they go to game 4, right? So.
And they're just drawing arrows on the mini map. Venge is like, go top. Prophet's like, nope, bottom.
All right, so we're gonna see a third consecutive smoke. Do you think?
Yeah, but it looks like all three of them have different ideas on which way to do it.
Well, let's put our input. Yeah, I'm really excited actually to see all of the team fight ultimates like go to work here. There's just so much stuff coming out. All right, do you think that this game will delay ASCHB by one more, or do you think they close it out here?
I'm an ASCHB fan at this point. With
Oh,
just
get
how well
out of
they
here, you
executed.
fanboy! Get out of here. You think decidedly they win this?
I like their chances much better.
Yeah, well.
I mean, like last time we talked about how Moribund had a much easier lineup to execute, but I mean, ASCHB's just executed so well every time that I don't think that even matters. I mean, like, Moribund is a great way to capitalize on mistakes made by ASCHB, but they've just made so few mistakes early on when it really, really mattered that it's a little hard to kind of think that they have a really good shot at this.
Yeah. Not much more you can say, honestly. I mean, it's just the last two games, it's hard really to bet against them. I mean, I understand Moribund really made a lot closer last game, but at the same time, it's just the mechanical disparity between the two teams, it seems, it's too much to overcome. I mean, it's granted, I mean, like we mentioned, Moribund that had a fantastic early and most of the mid game, but meanwhile, all that was happening, the anti-mage hit 25k net worth, and it didn't really matter. I mean, the Ursa was just getting the shit beat out of him, and yeah, it was.
Was their spirit ignored entirely in that last draft?
No, ASCHB picked him up.
Or no, I mean the one that we just had.
Ooh.
Because he wasn't in the first set of bans.
Yeah, maybe. Shows how bad. You just made my short-term memory. Just put it on blast. All right, last player finally loads in. Sean Carter, who played the anti-mage last game, on the Slark this game. Looks like we should be ready to go here.
He's just so slippery. They don't. I mean, to catch the Slark, especially early game, they're gonna have to commit like one-man black holes and one-man ravages to try and kill him, and
All right.
that's a little worrying to me.
Yeah,
because
well, in the beginning, that's
such
not,
little
it's not
disable
that
for
big of a
Ember
deal.
and for Slark.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, yeah, it's going to be a very heavy commitment regardless. And, I mean, early on, it's not that big of a deal, the one-man Ravage. And, I mean, they did it in the first game when they were really, really behind. And what do you know? Third time's a charm. Another level 1 smoke.
But
And this
it's a
time,
counter smoke coming out from Moribund.
their team fight at level 1's a lot stronger than it was. But Moribund's actually pretty damn strong, too. So, if they do end up clashing, this could be pretty ridiculous.
Enigma has yet to skill anything yet. He might pick up a Midnight Pulse instead, but
Yeah, just for the... I mean,
what happens.
which is unfortunate, because then he's going to have to suck XP before he gets Eidolons, but... We'll see here. They're getting really close to each other, but... Nope.
Nature's Prophet started Iron Talon smoke, so I guess he's going to be a 4 position, and it's going to be offlane Enchantress?
Yeah, Husky played the offlane. He played the bat last game, so... Yeah, I mean, he can pick up farm pretty effectively, so... A little unorthodox, but hey. They made it this far.
Ooh, ASCHB might be able to pick up both runes with this. Because they're dominating this top rune. They've got 3 there, but they're pulling back. They're leaving the Ember alone.
Yeah, I don't think that would be the most wise decision, so they're just gonna split the runes, I think.
And here we
Oh,
go.
Ember's still there. Wow, are you kidding me? That was very odd. Moribund, they just saw the Ember Spirit.
That's
like,
just fearing the backup behind the Ember
Yeah.
Spirit. They assume it's a bait. And
Jeez.
they see the Prophet TP behind enemy lines trying to get the courier snipe.
That's some mind games here. Oh, that smoke's gonna be running out here, so. And no wards available, so. Might be in vain. I think this is actually a pretty damn good lane for the Enchantress, too.
Yeah, I mean, there's Sven's not going to be able to hit her more than once.
We'll see if he follows the current build, which is just the value point in the stun and putting more points in the cleave, which really doesn't do too much, but it's definitely going to help.
It's nice against the Enchantress because if you can hit her with cleave, which means
really
she has to be
shouldn't be
standing
able
next to another
Yeah.
unit,
Yeah, that's,
but it doesn't
that
trigger
shouldn't
untouchable,
happen.
which is nice.
Yeah, but she really shouldn't be hit by cleave, though. And it looks like they're just abandoning the off lane again. Moribund is the Titaners going into the hard camp. Already has the finished Iron Talon, which, I mean, we saw what happened when Sean Carter had uncontested farm last game, so hopefully they don't make the same error. Enchantress has the Wild Ring, throwing up the tornadoes. Wow, 29 and 13 in AD2L Season 10 for a Chanty. The Deer Lady, and this tornado here just doing work on the Sven. Fearless Raven's in a really
She
bad
might get the
position.
Sven.
Yeah?
She might get him.
Nope, Sweatpants already drew first blood. So close though, just disrupting so much. Cold Feet will not be able to be procced. My god.
But they're just like ASCHB's just winning the laning phase on execution here.
Yeah. That's pretty much how game 1 went as well. That's.
I mean, I didn't see the first blood mid, but I assume that the Prophet TP'd in with his level 1 Sprout, got the Sprout off on the Death Prophet, and Ember just burned her down. There's such strong kill potential out of all these lanes, especially with the Nature's Prophet assisting. Like, the Slark just has to land a pounce on the Tidehunter, which is why he's abandoned the lane. Cause
Yeah, he hasn't had regen for the last minute, so.
I don't know if you want to walk up here right now, buddy.
Yeah, it's just a Slark, but at the same time...
He's going to die here if he lands the pounce.
He's got it, he's holding on to it. I don't think they need the Natures. You got 2 points in the Kraken Shell, and the Anchor Smash definitely helping to mitigate that damage being dealt up by the Slark. And Nature's Prophet actually TPs in, and they do the same combo. They get the Sprout and level 2 Flame Guard this time. Enigma's coming in, has literally no mana, Soul Ring still on cooldown for 10, brings in the Eidolons, trying to maybe a last hit. Nope.
I mean, when your Tidehunter is getting zoned out by just a safe lane carry, you have a problem.
Yeah, we'll look up top too. Oh my gosh, the Hadouken comes out for the Satyr. One more right click here. We're waiting, and now Husky's deep. He's got to go for it. Pops the heal. The Satyr will find it, and Husky will get the kill. And now, with another Hadouken, Fearless Raven's in a really bad position here. The heal's coming out for Husky. If they get a TP here from the Natures, who's not quite ready, pops the Fairy Fire, and look who's here.
He
Doesn't
got
even
locked
need
into the trees. He got body blocked in.
Not
That's
even
so
required.
unfortunate.
Double kill. So even your safe lane is being destroyed here. Mid being lost.
No Sprout required.
And look at this. 4 minutes in. Safe lane T1. Gone.
Dire's lost the top tower.
Every lane lost in 4 minutes.
And the net worth's just going way, way in favor of ASCHB. I mean, Slark's at 2k, Ember's at, Slark's at 2.5 almost. Ember's at 2.2. Enchantress is at 2.1 and Prophet's at 2,000, and then you got the really poor Venge at 700, but when you've got 4 cores, that's pretty scary. The highest net worth on the side of Moribund is their Enigma.
Yeah, which is to be expected, but I mean, even his effective net worth, I mean, right now he's got gold in the bank, a Tango, and a Soul Ring. I mean, it's, as far as effective net worth is, it's not really all that big. And now the Sven abandons the lane. He's coming bottom now. I mean, it's just really difficult. I mean, what the hell do you do? And Venge is here. No smoke, so just kind of waiting for the lane to push up here. Seeing if DP will try her fortune and try to get maybe a last hit greedily. if she goes past the river, she's dead. I think that's pretty much what it boils down to. It's level 3 Flame Guard now. Ember has the Remnants up, full mana. And this is exactly what they're waiting for. Remnant in, Vengeful Spirit comes in, they layer everything pretty damn well. The Soul Siphon doing a lot of work, but not quite enough here. Ember will get another kill in the middle lane.
It picks up a Ring of Basilius to finish as Aquila. That's a pretty interesting choice in my opinion, though. It's not the most common idea.
Slug's gonna have a very, very good timing on that Midas too.
Yep, that's it. 5 minutes and 51 seconds? Yeah.
It's okay, I guess. Yeah, so he's just gonna be colossal now too.
Hey man, I can get like an 8-minute Jungle Legion Midas.
Oh, what a player. What a player. And look who's on the list now. Nature's gonna TP in. He's gonna get the Sprout off just in time with that long range sent from Finger Telescope. TP in coming from the Tide Hunter. No Ravage available, he's still only level 4. So really just trying to make sure the Sven makes it okay.
There.
They're gonna get everybody in. Get another rotation. I mean, AA is not really gonna be able to do a whole lot, but he's here for moral support. The poor guy has a TP scroll, that's all he has.
Radiant's mid tower's coming
oh my
apart.
God, I can't even imagine.
The Dire might want to mine.
There's a TP scroll in his inventory.
I mean, the objective right now for them is to
Exorcism was
get
popped
the cold feet. What?
Exorcism was
For what?
popped. I have no idea, and it's almost done. I have absolutely no idea. We do have Black Hole available, so Curtis might go for the solo Black Hole, but with Exorcism down, I don't know what happened there. Finger Telescope way behind enemy lines, but is able to TP out. I mean, they have Black Hole, but with Exorcism down, that's majority of your damage. You don't have Ravage yet. Sven is in no condition to really do anything.
Interestingly, both Slark and the Ember opt for Ring of Aquilas.
Well, they're likely not going to be together, so it's not like we're really worried about stacking their just having the nice... Uh-oh. Up top, Sven, he's getting caught out again, and he actually does have the Quelling Blade, so takes a page out of your book, and they're going to get a TP rotation into just one more auto attack might be enough, no? And speak of the devil, Sweatpants getting
and he
another
does
kill.
commit the Black Hole mid.
The Black Hole, oh no.
I think he attempted to go for the solo kill and either got swapped. No, there's no swap available. You just got magic missiled.
Yeah, just straight up.
Radiant's mid tower's getting banged up.
This is looking really tired. 6-0. This is looking.
Tower, you know the drill.
I'm gonna say worse than game 1 because at least then they had like the ability to come back, and this one I just feel like the heroes are just so dependent on their ultimates, and Sven has just been completely shut down. I mean, I know he's only died 1 time, but the guy's got 16 CS, and here we go. They're going on Smack Tricks one more time. Remnant forward. Nature's Prophet will pick up the kill. No mana for Ravage either, but there's no backup anyway. Actually, Enchantress way behind the T1 if they want to keep going. Flame Guard's almost done though.
I mean, this is a 7k net worth lead at almost 9 minutes. This is a pretty big discrepancy.
Yeah, almost 1,000 gold per minute. Top 1% of the patch with 585 purchases. That's absolutely insane.
Radiant's mid tower's coming apart.
I mean, I think what happened here really is just ASCHB read that there are really weak lanes out of Moribund, and that there wasn't going to be a whole lot of aggression coming out.
There's one thing to have weak lanes, but just for every hero to be greedy, like it's just. And I really don't know what else to say, honestly. I mean, it's just looking really bad, and the comeback mechanic just isn't there this time from Moribund. I mean, look at that. I mean, this is a level 5 Vengeful Spirit going past the enemy Ancients to D-ward and not getting any pressure whatsoever. Not worried a single bit. Dragonlance
I think that's actually Ancient block. I think that's just attempting to... Because the way to come back into this game for Moribund is get a massive Sven. And he had a Blink Dagger on Tide, but they're going to block the stack here.
Uh-oh.
And they're not going to know because Tide started the stack
Yeah,
way
and they're
too
gonna
late.
take an Enigma too before, just for fun. Flame Guard will burn him down. 4-0 start here for Sweatpants. He's gonna go right back. He's got his BOTs ready, 10 minutes in. Akala, bottle, PMS. They might scout out this Remnant though.
If he remnants back to this, he might be in trouble.
No, he's
Nope.
gonna
Doesn't
be
look like
okay.
it. Doesn't look like he can
Team
catch
took
up.
the wrong angle in there, and Enchantress on the back lines taking out the poor AA, who is still just so poor. Boots are in the stash, not even on the hero at this point. I think they're ready to go in. Flame Guard is back up. Slark comes in. The Ravage, not even affected. Sean Carter goes right over it, not even worried. Sven's gonna try to make something happen. Pops the God Strength, hoping to take down the Slark, but it's just too much damage too quickly. And they lose another hero, and it's Curtis. It's just, they're just calling GG. It's just done.
Dire's mid tower's having.
They realize there's just no way they can compete.
Someone's having technical difficulties.
And
Someone's dropped out like
now, 100% sure the series is done.
I mean, I understand what Moribund was trying to do in these, but ASCHB just out-executed in every single game. I wouldn't say there was an out-draft. It was just they accomplished what they needed to and prevented Moribund from taking the objectives that they needed.
Yeah, and that was very good situational awareness too, just knowing that the only way back in is for the Sven, and I mean it didn't really come down to it, but just recognize that. You just see what level these guys are at right now, and it's absolutely fantastic to see this kind of play. So congrats to them, undefeated season. They will take the Heroic League trophy and the grand prize, so congratulations to them. Fantastic season for Moribund too. I mean, it's really been a long road, and both teams very deserving to be here. Went up a lot against a lot of great teams, a lot of adversity. But there's only one winner in the end, so my guy. All right, Bonsai, Latrodectus, Dota, thank you too for coming and helping out the stream tonight. Fantastic job. Hope everyone enjoyed the cast. AD2L is finished for the season, obviously, with this being the last game, but I'll be doing JDL and UGC games coming up probably in the next week once I get the schedule hammered out, so feel free to follow me and check out future casts. Hope you enjoyed everything. Bonsai, any last words, my friend?
Not really. Thanks for having me.
Don't
Had
you want to
fun.
do a shameless plug?
If you want to follow me on Twitter, it's @BonsaiDota. You can read my stuff I write for London Conspiracy, and I'll occasionally come cast with Johnny.
There you go. What more can you ask for? All right, everyone have a fantastic night. Thanks for watching. Play some pubs and have a great weekend.